This week on the Big Thunder podcast, more people have gotten to ride Tiana's Bayou adventure, but has it been a splash hit?
The first movie-themed house has been announced for Halloween Horror Nights, but we should probably keep it down.
Oh, I get it. Plus, Disney has opened their latest island paradise, so why do you need to pack your walking shoes?
And to prep for Inside Out 2, we're taking the Inside Out final exam.
All that and much, much more. Buckle up.
Hey everybody, it's time to hop aboard the Big Thunder podcast. Wildest podcast in the wilderness. Yeehaw! And here's your hosts, Beau and Abby.
Welcome to the Big Thunder podcast, where we round up all the buzz out of Disney and Universal, and eventually play a fun but ultimately stupid game. We're your hosts, Beau
and Abby.
If you want to jump around a bit, there's time codes listed in the description. I want to say we are recording this on Donald Duck Day, for those of you who didn't know. June 9th is the 90th anniversary of Donald Duck. He first appeared June 9th, 1934 in the short The Wise Little Hen.
That's why you sent me all that Donald Duck stuff.
Yeah, I thought, yep. That's why I sent you some Donald Duck stuff.
You told me. I'm just tired.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, before we get to our top story, I do want to say, last week we talked about the Muppets and doing a Muppet movie remake. Mm-hmm. What movie would we remake? Cast everyone with Muppets except for one character. Mm-hmm. The people have spoken as to that one. So we posted it to YouTube Shorts, and we posted it to TikTok and to Instagram Reels, but organic reach is dead on Instagram. But on TikTok, we had over last time I checked, over 700 views on our TikTok.
Wow.
Viral for us.
I didn't even, first of all, I didn't know we had a TikTok.
Well, it's my personal TikTok.
Okay,
that
congrats.
I posted to.
B, I am just sad about Instagram.
Yeah. YouTube Shorts, we had over 4,000 views.
About the Muppets?
So.
Or all together?
Yeah, the YouTube short that I posted specifically about the Muppet remake of Titanic.
And people commented?
Yes, so people have thoughts.
Wow.
Unanimously have decided that the correct answer is Kermit is Leo, Kermit is Jack.
Like I said.
Yep. But Miss Piggy is Rose.
Okay.
You replace everyone with Muppets and keep Cal. So you keep Billy Zane, who loses Miss Piggy, to Kermit, who is Leo, which in hindsight, I think is the correct answer. Yeah, so the people were right on that one. So congratulations, people. We will concede. That is the correct. I would love to see.
He was the worst bad guy.
Even if they
best worst bad guy.
Even if they did remake it, I think you bring back Billy Zane to play that part again with the Muppets.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are right, people. Okay, you want to hit us with our top story? It's time for the roundup.
Sure do. Okay, so our top story this week is Bayou Watch, right?
Yep. Is this the music? Are we holding for music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so exciting news. Cast members and influencers, not us. We were busy.
Yeah.
Got to ride Tiana's Bayou adventure this last week.
I think the invite got sent to my junk mail. Must have.
Yeah, or Beau Batterson in Texas.
Oh, that guy.
While it did open, and it looks gorgeous.
Open-ish.
Opened for cast members and influencers. And it looks gorgeous, and we did get to watch some point of view ride videos. The words.
It's tough. It is late on Donald Duck Day when we are recording this.
After having a very full weekend, we're trying to be professional. So very long lines.
Yes.
To be seen.
Yes.
With the cast member. Everyone was very excited to ride it.
Yes.
And I'm sure those who got an invite all replied yes.
Yes.
We're talking 3 to 4 hours waiting out in that hot Florida sun, which this week it's been like 100 degrees in Florida.
Yeah.
Yes. And then unfortunately, even after waiting, some people did not get on.
That would be a bummer.
Huge bummer. But you could say you were there. Yep. And I'm sure if you're waiting in line that long, you have, new friends that you've made and fun stories to tell.
Yep.
And those that did get to ride it do seem to really love it.
Yeah.
one of your notes here is that there's a lack of Dr. Facilier, and I honestly didn't even put that together until reading this.
There's a common criticism of people who, you know, it's one of those things like, how can you complain when it's so good? But I understand it taking place after the movie, why he wouldn't be a part of it. Mm-hmm. But also, a lot of people were hoping he would be, especially, you know, there's a part in the ride where you get shrunk down, and it's Mama Odie that does it. Well, that could have been...
That makes sense that it would be him.
And, like, you know, that could have been an opportunity for you to go into, like, some kind of spooky voodoo world, you know?
Yeah, that would have been cool.
And then, you know, maybe it's Mama Odie that raises you back, you know? Mm-hmm. But, again, we're just... We need to be grateful. And, be grateful for what you get.
Yeah. And it does look so amazing.
Yeah. So there's also a lot of times people were getting evacuated off of it when it was breaking down.
That would be a trip.
Yeah. I have heard some rumors that some of it was like testing how to evacuate people off of it. Like maybe it was planned evac. That
makes a lot of sense.
But also, no one will ever really know.
No, and sorry if you were in that group.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that does make sense because they were practicing like every kind of announcement. Mm-hmm. They were doing daytime and evening rides. So, I mean, yeah, you got to learn how to do it somehow, right?
Yeah.
That'd be our luck.
We'd be the ones who get evac.
They'd be like, hey, it's 4 hours. You guys can come. Mm-hmm. And then, bye.
Yeah.
So pass holder previews begin June 13th. You do need a park reservation and virtual queue to ride. So park reservations have come back.
Well,
for pass holders.
Yes.
That's right, because pass holders require a reservation. And I knew that as a certified Disney travel planner. And then for everyone else, June 28th is the opepening day. So.
And we will be there watching the Instagram stories of people who are there in person.
We'll be watching that crazy Disney lady live stream.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she'll be there. Yeah. Your friend Tanya. Shout out to Tanya.
You don't know us. I met you once.
Yep. Okay, so next story. This one's out of Universal. Halloween Horror Nights has announced the next house. This is the first one they've announced that is based on a movie. It is based on the Quiet Place franchise.
So do you have to be totally quiet?
Tell that to the dog.
I know. Is that the thing? Is it
I don't know. It's because if you're in the world, I would imagine you're gonna be screaming. So like, is it the more you scream, the more monsters are gonna come get you?
I didn't see the movie.
I know, but you will, because we're gonna watch it for our Halloween Horror Nights episode in like August, September.
We're doing what now?
We're gonna watch all the movies that the houses are based on, and then you're gonna give me your opinion. We're gonna record it right after you watch it, and then you're gonna tell me which one seems like the most fun house. Good news is, though, I think you've already watched one, because the rumors are there's going to be one based off of the newest Ghostbusters movie, and you've already seen that one. So we might do a rewatch just so to, you know,
I really like
put it more fresh in your brain.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, so A Quiet Place, the way they tease this is the synopsis of the house.
Okay.
Silence your screams if you want to survive the terrifying post-apocalyptic world. Like the Abbott family, you must keep quiet as you travel from the farmhouse to the woods to the foundry. As soon as you make a sound, monstrous creatures who can hear the slightest noise will hunt you down and silence you for good.
So you have to be quiet.
You do have to be quiet.
And then they're going to have fake screams that make monsters come out, and then you're really going to scream.
Yeah. What's cool about this, Quiet Place, the writers of it, Beck and Woods, they're Iowa people. They like
Iowa.
Their kind of last indie film before they went out to Hollywood was like the big showing at the Cedar Rapids Independent Film Festival the first year that I had a movie play there. So it was called
like a circle.
It's called The Bride Wore Blood. And I wish I could see that again.
I feel like I remember that movie.
Yeah, because it was good. It was the big deal in 2007, which was the first time I was at that festival.
So you're like 1 degree away from John Krasinski and Emily Blunt?
I guess so, yeah. Wow. You could look at it that way. I don't think I've ever met them.
Oh.
But I was in the same festival with them.
They didn't come?
I'm sure they were there, but I didn't meet them. Anyways, very excited for the Quiet Place House. And if anyone should want to plan a trip to Orlando to check out Tiana's Bayou Adventure, or Halloween Horror Nights, or any other Disney or Universal adventure, they should contact
MINNIE VACAY. Here on the Big Thunder podcast, we like to keep things as real and authentic as possible. And a hard truth is that for as amazing and magical as a trip to Disney and Universal can be, what?
Nothing. This is your first time reading my script.
It is. Authentic.
Yep.
This is the
Keeping
first time
it real.
reading it. And one hard truth is that as amazing and magical as a trip to Disney and Universal can be, planning one can be intimidating and even frustrating. What are the best parks for my family? Where are the best places to stay for my budget? Do I need to wake up at 4 a.m. 2 months before my trip to book a dinner reservation? It can be a lot, and those are just like little bits of it. But that's where MINNIE VACAY can help. At MINNIE VACAY, Liz and I are certified Disney and Universal travel agents who specialize in taking the hard stuff off of your plate. We love waking up. We love waking up at 4 a.m. for Disney stuff. Only Disney stuff. I will not wake up for...
or Universal stuff.
Universal does not have to be at 4 a.m.
But it could, and you would love to do it.
Yeah. I love to drink coffee out of my cute little Minnie Mouse mug at 4 a.m. And not only are our services free, but you do get a $25 gift card to Disney if you book a Disney vacation package. We can go over the details of what that means. MINNIE VACAY is part... I'm trying to do it without reading and I can't.
I know, you're doing great.
MINNIE VACAY is part of Gateway to Magic Travel, which is an authorized Disney vacation planner and a Disney earmarked agency. Go ahead and check us out on Facebook or Instagram, even though apparently Instagram is dead.
Just organic reach.
To get the ball rolling on your next magical adventure.
You have some clients you booked for a cruise recently.
Yes.
They're heading out to Castaway Cay. However,
yes,
there's a new cruise vacation spot that everyone's talking about.
Yes.
That is the Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point.
Lookout Cay. Is this a different island?
Yeah. This is...
Because Castaway Cay is the Bahamas, right?
This is also the Bahamas, though.
Okay, but a different island.
A different place. So this is like the southern tip of Bahamas. Just like any other, Disney trip. You're going to have, games and shows, beautiful beaches, cabanas, lots of food and snorkeling. Characters are going to be there. It looks pretty rad. Lots of family fun stuff, but there's also places that are like only 18 and up. So if you're not...
On the ship? You're talking?
At least on the island.
Okay.
The one thing that it kind of has been the standout of, if anything's like a con to this, I don't know, have you seen any of the it's been a wild week for us. Have you seen any of the people talking about this new trip?
I have not.
Okay.
Because it has been
a week.
Busy week.
So the one thing that sticks out as being very weird is you have to walk about half a mile on a pier, like a dock, to get to the dock. You have to go half a mile walking on a pier to get to the dock to get from the boat to the island. It's like a 15-minute walk. Apparently it's some kind of government mandated environmental safety regulation thing. But yeah, it's wild. People are not super pumped about it. It sounds like in the near future they're going...
What ship is this for?
I think it's the Magic. The Disney Magic was the one. It sounds like it's something that soon they're going to be implementing some kind of transportation system for this.
Yeah. That's bananas.
Yeah. Apparently there have been golf carts and stuff going up and down it. So I think pretty soon they'll have it so you don't have to walk that whole half a mile. So with Inside Out 2 hitting theaters on Friday, I was just curious, what celebrities would voice your emotions? Joy, anger, disgust, fear, and sadness.
I would pick the Gilmore Girls cast.
For every one of those? Mm-hmm. Okay, so who's who? There's one to me that seems very obvious.
Which one is obvious?
I think anger would very clearly be Scott Patterson.
I was going to say Luke. Are we going real name or character name?
You can either or, I'm sure. I'm sure they get both.
Luca's anger. Suki would be anxiety.
Okay.
The new anxiety.
Okay.
Sadness would be Lane. Joy would be Lorelai. And disgust would be Emily.
What about fear?
Fear would be Rory.
Okay, so I went a different route. I did not do the Gilmore Girls cast. So here's...
You didn't?
I did not choose Gilmore Girls. Okay, so I'll tell you my first one. For my joy, I almost picked this person for anger, but I didn't want to typecast them because I feel like they became famous for playing a very angry character. And I know in real life, because I listened to this person's podcast, he's really more of a soft-spoken goofball.
Is it Roy Kent?
Roy Kent, Brett Goldstein.
Yeah.
I think he would have made a great anger, but I'm picking him for joy. That man loves the Muppets too much to only be pictured as angry Roy Kent. So the anger, I went with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Would be a great anger. My disgust, you want to go with like kind of a mean girl and who's one of the probably the best mean girl of all time? Rachel McAdams. That's my disgust. Fear went with a curveball on this one. Someone with a lot of great voice acting talent, although he is probably best known for playing Luke Skywalker, and that's Mark Hamill.
He's your Fear?
He's going to play Fear in this one.
Okay.
He is an amazing voice actor. He's had a lot of great voice acting roles, especially being the Joker on the Batman the Animated Series. I think he would be a great Fear. Okay. And then finally, for my sadness, I went with Debbie Downer herself, Rachel Dratch.
From SNL.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. But now it's time for us to take the Inside Out final exam. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Were you a studier in college before we say question one? Like, did you study a lot?
In college?
Yeah.
In college, I had to.
Okay. Because, yeah, what are you shouldn't be concerned about this. You've got a college degree. You went to a 4-year school. How hard could this quiz be? Mm-hmm. I think you're going to do great. As, you know, as usual, 10 questions. You just need to get 7 right to officially pass.
If I get it right, will you do bath time and bedtime and book time?
I was thinking maybe I would just take you to see Inside Out 2 next weekend.
Well, right now, I would like those things.
All right. Are you prepared?
Yep.
For the final exam. Question 1. Which imaginary friend helps Joy and Sadness on their journey back to headquarters?
Bing Bong.
Oh, yeah, they're multiple choice, too. See?
Oh, well, so it's Bing Bong.
It is Bing Bong. A, Rainbow Unicorn. B, Bing Bong. C, Dreamweaver. D, Mr. Rainbow. Correct. Bing Bong.
Who is your friend who likes to play?
Bing Bong, Bing Bong. All right. Next question. Question 2.
You're doing that thing where it's going to be easy and then it gets really hard.
I've never done that.
I know your game. Keep going.
The main characters of Inside Out, joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger, appear to be modeled after 5 of American psychologist Paul Ekman's model of 6 basic emotions. What is Ekman's 6th basic emotion? Is it A, anxiety, B, envy, C, surprise, or D, love?
Like joy, sadness, fear, anger, disgust, envy.
You're going B, envy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The 6th emotion from Ekman's model is actually C, surprise.
I was going between envy or love, so I really didn't know that one.
Question 3.
Okay.
Disneyland features a ride based on Inside Out, known as A, Emotional Roller Coaster, B, Riley's Emotional Adventure, C, Emotional Whirlwind, or D, Inside Out Emotional Spin.
I think it's D.
You think it's Inside Out Emotional Spin?
It's either that or C. It's the whirlwind. I can't remember.
You'll need to
I know
choose.
it's not Emotional Roller Coaster because Lily said that they should have named it that. And we thought that was very funny. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go... Crap, because I picked D because you made it so formal, and that's what Disney does. But was it really C? What were you saying again?
A, Emotional Roller Coaster.
It's not that.
B, Riley's Emotional Adventure.
I don't think it's that.
C, Emotional Whirlwind. or D, Inside Out Emotional Spin?
It's D.
I'm sorry, it is C, The Emotional Whirlwind.
That's what I said. I said C. You heard me wrong.
Right, correct. Question 4. In the first Inside Out film, the character of Fear is voiced by SNL alum Bill Hader. However, the actor was replaced by Tony Hale for the sequel. Which brain structure is most closely associated with the processing of fear? Is it A, the hippocampus, B, the amygdala, C, the thalamus, or D, the hypothalamus?
It's the amygdala.
That is correct.
Ask me how I know that.
How do you know that?
We talk about it in therapy.
Question 5.
Therapy is cool, kids. Go ahead.
What is the primary setting where Riley's emotions operate in Inside Out? Is it A, the Imagination Land, B, Memory Bank, C, Headquarters, or D, Dream Productions?
Oh my god. Is it Headquarters? That's so cute.
It is correct. C,
that
Headquarters.
Is adorable. I've never like picked up on that before.
Question 6. The characters in Inside Out personify human emotions, giving them personalities and characteristics that help them be easily identified. Which psychological concept refers to the tendency of individuals to believe that their own emotions are more visible to others than they actually are? Is it A, spotlight effect, B, transparency illusion, C, affective forecasting, or D, emotional contagion?
I think spotlight effect makes the most sense. I'm gonna pick A.
I'm sorry, it's actually B, transparency illusion.
I didn't know that.
Question.
That's transparency illusion is you thinking other people know you, see what you feel. What was it?
So basically thinking that
everyone
people
knows
can see what you're feeling. Question 7.
Okay.
What causes the conflict between joy and sadness at the beginning of the film? Is it A, they disagree on to handle a new school, B, sadness accidentally touches a core memory, C, joy wants to erase sadness from Riley's mind, or D, fear causes Riley to run away from home?
Sadness touches a core memory.
Correct. Question 8. Throughout the film, Joy's journey with sadness allows her to learn that all emotions have value in human development. Which term describes the phenomenon where an individual's emotional expression influences the emotions of those around them? Is it A, emotional intelligence, B, emotional contagion, C, empathy, or D, mood congruence?
Can you read the question one more time, Professor? That was what?
Which term describes the phenomenon where an individual's emotional expression influences the emotions of those around them?
The emotion of me, which influences you?
Yes. How you are expressing your emotions, influencing the emotions of those around you.
Okay.
So is it A, emotional intelligence, B, emotional contagion, C, empathy, or D, mood congruence?
Okay. Well, emotional intelligence is when you can recognize your own.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of... What's the second one?
Emotional contagion.
That sounds right, but I've never heard of that, but that also doesn't mean anything. What's the third one?
Empathy.
Empathy is relating... I don't think it's that. And is it that? You blinked weird.
I'm just blinking.
Empathy is not...
And you're lucky my eyes are open at all.
Say it one more time. What was the question?
Which term describes the phenomenon where an individual's emotional expression influences the emotions of those around them?
And what's D?
Mood congruence.
I'm gonna go D.
Sorry, the answer is B, emotional contagion.
I picked B.
Think of contagion like
Your
contagious.
Emotions are contagious. I know, but you make up these made up things.
I didn't make up any of these. These are all real things. Question 9. Until recently, guests at Walt Disney World have been able to meet Joy at the Imagination Pavilion in Epcot. Mm-hmm. Where is she currently located? Is it A, near World Showcase Plaza in Epcot, B, Town Square Theater in Magic Kingdom, C, Pixar Plaza in Hollywood Studios, or D, Character Landing in Animal Kingdom?
C.
That is correct. She is at Pixar Plaza in Hollywood Studios. Last question. Early in the film, we see Joy trying to find the silver lining in Riley's move to San Francisco. In the context of emotion regulation, which strategy involves changing the way one thinks about a potentially emotion-eliciting situation in order to alter its emotional impact? Is it A, suppression, B, reappraisal, C, rumination, or D, distraction?
I'm going to need you to read that first, the question again.
Early in the film...
No. I don't need that part. I need to know, Joy is, like, trying to see things on a positive?
Yes.
No. Mm-hmm. And doing that...
In the context of emotion regulation, which strategy involves changing the way one thinks about a potentially emotion-eliciting situation in order to alter its emotional impact?
And it's suppression?
A, suppression, B, reappraisal, C, rumination, or D, distraction?
Reappraisal?
That is correct. All right, so I said you needed 7 to win. So you got 6 out of 10.
I got 10.
Technically, that's 60%. That would be a D-. I mean, I think you would pass the class with a D-.
If you were the teacher.
Yep. So yeah, the final exam. Do you feel good?
No, you should. Why don't you ever have to play hard questions?
Anytime you want to come up with the game, I would love to be the person. I would love to play the game. You just let me know whenever you want to come up with a game. Speaking of which, I have one more short game to close out the show. I promise it's not going to be nearly as hard. Okay. It's word association.
Okay.
I'm going to give you one of the 5 basic inside-out emotions. You tell me which Disney World ride, attraction, or experience you associate with it.
Ooh.
Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Joy.
All of them. Which experience?
Experience, ride, or attraction.
Honestly, just the first walk up Main Street looking at the castle. That's
a great answer.
So much joy.
I flipped and flopped on mine if it was going to be either Big Thunder Mountain or Rise of the Resistance. I did ultimately go Rise of the Resistance.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, Big Thunder Mountain is so good too.
As happy as I am on rides and like at attractions, watching what is the word I'm trying to say? As much joy as I have riding rides or viewing shows, I think the most happiest time is just like being in the park and like taking it all in.
The vibes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I made it because it takes so much to get there.
Yeah. Okay. All right, anger.
Which ride makes me angry?
Ride or experience, attraction.
That it's hot. Can heat be anger?
I'll take it.
Why does Florida have to be so hot?
I also would have, for anger, I went with Rock and Roller Coaster and how it's how it's not the Muppets. As much as I remembered, I do love Aerosmith, but it's time for a new give a facelift to that Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, we've been listening to Aerosmith all week in our car because Beau felt bad that he was so hard on Aerosmith last week.
I do enjoy Aerosmith.
They're wonderful. It's great.
But yeah. Gave us some Muppets. I also would have accepted trying to leave the park on the ferry after fireworks. That
just leaving the park after leaving Magic Kingdom after the fireworks. Yeah. Period.
If you can, just chill. Just wait. Let that clear out.
It's very funny. So this week as we talked about, we were watching our favorite influencers ride Tiana. And all of them forgot about, like, nighttime there. And they all, at the end, you just see all of them, like, booking it to leave. Yeah,
they're both like, they're swept up in the magic of the fireworks.
Oh, shoot, we gotta go. We have got to go. Because that is the worst. So just stick around.
Yep. All right, sadness.
When you have to leave.
Your final day.
Oh, God, it's the worst. No, not even that. For me, it's literally anytime I have to leave the park that day.
Yeah.
Because it's like
even if you know you're going to Epcot the next day, it's like...
because I'm not at Magic Kingdom anymore that trip. Leaving an actual ride that makes me sad? None. It's just leaving the park.
Okay. I went with extraterrestrial alien encounter because it's not there anymore. And that makes me sad.
I'm sorry.
All right. Fear.
I have to figure out what's the most fear-inducing. Honestly, the crowds at fireworks. Pretty scary.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. It makes me very anxious. But an actual, like, ride that makes me afraid? Tower of Terror.
See, I also went with Tower of Terror, but only if you get to do the queue.
Yeah.
Because I found when we went for Jollywood and there was, like, no wait time and you could walk right on the Tower of Terror, like, not having that build-up, not having that suspense and the pre-show and all that.
Story.
Like, when you just do the ride, it was a bit underwhelming.
Wow.
Yeah, I got off it and I was like, oh, man, like, what is it? Why do I feel not as good as I did in the past? Am I just old and jaded and cynical now? And it's no, because I didn't get the suspense, you know? It's like so Alfred Hitchcock has this old kind of analogy of like the difference between horror or surprise and suspense is like if you have a scene in a movie where two people are talking and there's a bomb under the table and like you don't show the audience the bomb and then all of a sudden it explodes. That's surprise. Okay. But you showed the audience the bomb and then now it's suspense, right?
Okay.
So if we just do the drop,
it's surprise.
It's surprise versus suspense. And I wanted, with Tower of Terror, I need the suspense. All right, the last one, disgust.
I think I get the most disgusted watching people fight.
Oh,
like,
sure.
watching, like, it's super stressful and stuff, but, like, when you see people, like, actually, like, tearing into each other.
Yeah.
Especially, like, their kids.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Yeah. My disgust is the lobster roll at Columbia Harbor House, but that's a good story for another time.
I wondered. I was laying in bed the other night, and I was like, we should do, like, a podcast episode with, like, our tips and tricks or, like, stories about Disney. And then I was like, do people really care? And then the one story that I was like, I bet people would care about Beau getting really sick off of food at Disney.
Yeah, and I just, a little teaser for whenever we do say that story is, if they offer you, like, EMT services, take it. It's free. It's factored into the price of your park ticket.
Yeah.
If you don't take advantage of the EMT services, you're leaving money on the table. But again, another story for a different time.
Yeah.
All right, so next week on the show, we'll be playing a fun Pixar game. Just general Pixar, not specific to any one movie. And then in theory, we'll be giving our thoughts on Inside Out 2. I say in theory because we have plans to go to the movies, but life is hard.
Life is a roller coaster. If you're enjoying the show, please go to your podcast player of choice and click on follow and then turn on automatic downloads.
Yep, not only will this help the podcast, but it will guarantee that you will have the best listening experience possible.
And if you happen to listen on Apple Podcasts, please write a 5-star review and we might read it on the show.
Yeah, especially if it's nice. Doesn't have to be funny, has to be nice. And it has to be 5 stars. You can keep your 4-star reviews and stuff them in your pocket.
I mean, any review would still be fun.
Yeah, make sure to follow Big Thunder Pod on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube.
Thank you for coming.
And enjoy the ride.